Dawn Crawley was a family caregiver for her father who was diagnosed with dementia.
So being as though my mother was in a nursing home, we thought maybe he was going through anxiety from that, when actually it was the dementia. I was like, oh my God, my life is about to change, but maybe not. Maybe it'll be for a couple weeks. But I was like, you know what? It's my dad, and maybe he'll feel better later. But that never happened.
Dawn's story is not uncommon in the African American community, with the African American community being 8 times more likely to develop Alzheimer's. Jason Resendez is the executive director of the Us Against Alzheimer's Center of Brain Health Equity. His team is trying to help spread awareness and provide resources to families in need.
So while Alzheimer's isn't a normal part of aging, older Americans are at increased risk for Alzheimer's and other dementias, and Black and Latino people are becoming increasingly larger shares of the older adult population. So demographically, they're in a higher risk category.
I was blessed because of who I am, but because my parents were great people. When you run into somebody and they're in denial, they really don't know what to do, they're afraid to use their resources. Let me tell you, I held conversations with his doctor. Like, some people, they won't do certain things. They're afraid to talk to other people. They're afraid to ask other people. People don't trust folks to come into their homes.
There's certainly a number of resources people can access, including their local area agency on aging, which has a number of resources and have resource hubs for aging, including for dementia. Their local chapter, the Alzheimer's Association, if they're dealing with Alzheimer's specifically, have things like support groups and links to local level resources. We have a tool called Brain Guide, mybrainguide.org, which is an online text-based or over-the-phone platform that folks can use to navigate brain health questions. So there's actually memory questionnaires that have been validated for use online and over the phone that folks can either for themselves or for a loved one evaluate memory issues. And then that gives them some helpful guidance on how to have a conversation with the healthcare provider or on how to access resources locally. Latino and African Americans are more likely to have cardiovascular risk factors, which contribute to risk for Alzheimer's and related dementias. And then there are social factors. There are social determinant factors that we're learning more and more about how they shape risk and health outcomes for Alzheimer's. So things like access to nutritious foods, access to exercise opportunities, access to educational opportunity, financial security. I mean, these things over the course of life have an impact, a cumulative impact. So it's a combination of age, cardiovascular risk factors, and social determinant factors that are shaping risk and health outcomes.
I've learned people do not ask. You have to network. It's just not a family problem. You have to step outside your family and deal with all the resources. At the programs, the doctors, you gotta have better conversations. I had a calendar, a date book, everything. People do not use the resources. And I just don't understand it. And it's sad.